have a sigh of relief because obviously the game could have gone either way. In many ways, they created a lot of indecision on our part in the first half, even though we worked against zone defense all week. We figured they'd play us 80% zone, but for whatever reason, we were kind of, we act like we were stuck in mud there in the first half, where I thought we moved the ball forward. Obviously, when you're only down 7 and making 2 or 3 field goals in the first half, you're very, very fortunate. Second half, we shot great free throws the first half. The second half, I think we were 2 of 12 down the stretch, and we've been a pretty good free throw shooting team. This team has challenged us in a lot of ways. And tonight, though, I think on the positive side, we got the stops we had to get. We got the rebounds, the tip-ins that we had to get. We executed enough down the stretch there to give us a chance to win the game. I know how Frank feels because sometimes when you play well enough to put yourself in a position to win, you come up short. Those losses are much more painful sometimes in those games where you lose by a large margin. Frank's done a great job with his team. They were right there. Sometimes the team that plays the best, maybe that deserves to win, doesn't always win. We've been on that end enough where we played almost well enough to win the game and came up short at the end of the season. It's either W or L. I'm proud of our team. We're 4-1. I think obviously we have another 4-1 team coming in on Saturday. Boston College seem to be playing very well. They seem to be the surprise of the league. And I'm sure after watching this film, they're gonna play zone defense as well. So I guarantee we'll play a lot better come Saturday.
Leonard, you guys have won 9 of 10 against them. Some of these have been real close. Any reason why you guys are just able to?
Well, realistically, when you think about this, I don't know whether we've won by more than 5 or 6 points every time we play. Is that correct? Am I? That's about right?
Yeah.
These games could go either way. And then sometimes you got to be careful how you start categorizing things because they all have been nailed by us right down to the wire. And we've been fortunate enough to come out on the winning side. That means that they played well enough to almost win just about every game we played. And the ball has bounced our way a couple of times, and we have been fortunate enough to come where we win. I wouldn't place a whole lot of significance in that other than it is a rival. Both teams play extremely hard. They give tremendous effort. And they're exciting basketball games. Sometimes people, when you play great defense like both of us did against each other tonight, some people categorize that as an ugly game. But if you like playing defense, people who like defense probably thought that was a beautiful game. I'll say that facetiously. I'm sure both of us would love to have shot the ball better and executed better. But I think we created those scenarios for each other with how hard we went at each other on the defensive end. Both teams playing a good defense sometimes. It's like, and y'all probably can relate to this, 2 football teams playing each other and the game is 7-6 at the end of the game. Y'all think that's a great game. Okay, well, this was a great game.
Well, Ravens Steelers, I think.
There you go.
I guess that kind of answers my question. Is that about as good as a game you've seen where both teams have really been at it defensively?
Miami has a way of making you play the way we play. You got to give them credit. I mean, believe me, we worked an awful lot on their zone defense. And they made some adjustments that created some problems for us, some subtle adjustments where we just couldn't get the ball where we wanted to get the ball. They knew our schemes and they made the adjustments in their zone defense. And we went to about 3 or 4 different schemes and we finally got one work there for 3 or 4 buckets in the second half. But I think that we defended them fairly well, they defended us fairly well. Went down to the wire. One team had to win, one team had to lose, and we came out on top.
Yeah, your defense kept forcing. It looked like they were taking every shot against the half with less than 10 seconds on the clock. Is that kind of typical
Well,
that way?
we've shown the ability to defend very well. I think
Well, yeah, I guess.
for a while we've led the nation. Last year we led the nation, I think, in field goal percentage. We were close. And I think we've led the nation for most time this year. Our defense has been strong. Our offense has been kind of inconsistent. But I like this team, and I think that the mere fact that we played the other night, scored 84 points, and now we scored 55. But right now, the name of the game is just trying to find a way to win games while you're developing. We feel very fortunate to come away with it. But to answer your question, I think both teams really went at each other defensively. And it's one of those games where we probably need to split the victory, but I'll take it.
Leonard, your heart skip a beat there. The final play, the referee blew the whistle. It was hard to tell immediately whether he was calling a foul or game over or what it.
Well, there were a lot of plays that I probably, my heart stopped. And sometimes you always look toward the end of the game to analyze those plays in the last second shot. But in reality, there were a lot of things that went on the entire game that kind of led to the situation. If either one of them played a little bit better, maybe one of them would not have been in that situation. We had 2 out of 12 free throws. I think we shot 80-something free throws the other night. We went 2 for 12 down the stretch in winning a basketball game. You got to consider that fortunate after shooting 19% the first half.
What do you make out of what you're getting out of Kraft at this point after all he's been through in a long playoff?
I think Kraft is. I think he gave us great energy. Had 5 rebounds in 9 minutes. That's getting it done. I thought he contested shots. He had a big assist. He had a big basket that we had to have. And John just needs to continue to keep playing. You know, he hasn't played in almost a year and a half. Didn't play. Had some injuries. Been injured a lot this year. Has not been 100%. I'm excited about where he is and the direction that he's going. I believe if he gets a few more games under his belt, I think he's going to be a real factor. And to be honest with you, I've told him and Okara, if we're going to kind of take that next step and move closer to being where I think we can be in February, a lot of it is going to be a result of how much those 2 guys progress. You know, John's a big, strong youngster. He's physical. He just needs to get reps. He's still doing a lot of thinking. He's not reacting. But tonight I thought he gave us tremendous energy, and those rebounds he got were big rebounds. And he has good shooting touch, good passing skills. He just needs to continue to keep playing. He's practicing better and better with each day. A lot of the things that we are asking him to do are not natural to him now. You know, he's learning a whole different scheme and system, and sometimes he's just not quite sure of exactly what he's supposed to do. That's understandable. But I'm very pleased with what he's doing. He's doing well academically. He's working hard in practice, and sometimes it takes JUCO players a little longer, especially guys who set out this long. Bernard went through that same period, and he's just now starting to get a better feel. If John comes along the same rate, I think he'll be a real factor for us once we get the family.
You've known that family for a long time, right? You're the older brother. How big a factor was that in you showing loyalty toward them?
Well, once again, I mean, I think as coaches, obviously we're responsible for developing programs and winning basketball games. But behind the scenes, the most important thing we do is develop great relationships with our players and help lead and guide them during a period in their life when they're going from adolescence, teenagers to manhood. And that's probably, in the grand scheme of things, a lot more important than winning basketball. I mean, obviously, we need to win because we represent our school and alumni, and that makes everybody feel proud. But I hope that when we look back at our coaching career, when we hang our whistle up and our boards up, that we'll be able to look ourselves in the mirror and say that we helped some teenagers become better potential fathers and husbands and neighbors and citizens and people who are leading and guiding their families in the right way. To me, that's far more important than the trophies and the press clippings and the awards that you get along the way. And I have a very, very close relationship with John's family. I think they're great people, and John's responded very well, and we're extremely proud of him.
Everybody else set?
I need a golf cart.